Okay, first thing I did was I angled this up so that I can get that pipe nipple on there easier. Now I'm going to drop it down a little bit so I can get that other pipe fitting onto there. Alright, I've got that one tightened up. I temporarily undid this end of the hose so that I can deal with this problem over here. Now I need to reseal these joints right here, and I can't unscrew this because it hits the frame, so I've got to undo this bracket and lift the pump up. Alright, that's just a slip coupling on the spline shaft of the pump, so that makes taking this off real easy. And I can't really tell, but it doesn't look like, well, I don't know, seal on the pump might be leaking. Can't tell. Alright, so now I'm going to tighten up these fittings. I'm going to take this nipple off of here so I can put thread sealant on it and tighten it back. This connection's so tight I can't get it apart, and I don't feel like putting heat to it, so I'm going to just trust that since that's so tight that it's not leaking, and that the only place where I saw it really loose was where it threaded into the pump housing here. So now I'm going to try and go around one revolution to get that really tight. Okay, I got all this ready to go. Now I just gotta put a clamp on the pipe. Remember to put the clamp on before I get the thing connected up, otherwise I'll never get in there. Okay, now the trick is I've got to get that coupling back onto the spline shaft of the pump and reposition the pump. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do that while putting the barb fitting, the pipe onto the barb fitting at the same time. So I think what I'll do is I'll pull up on the pipe over here, and that'll give me some slack, get the pipe out of the way, and then push the pipe back into position after I get the pump back in. Oh, turns out I was able to get the coupling and the pipe to go on at the same time with a little bit of jockeying. And so now I got the coupling in, drive coupling. I've got this in. Turns out my pipe is just a hair too long, so pushing it back is causing it to bow out right there, and I'm gonna have to take a look and see if that's gonna be an issue when I've got the loader running and it's coming down. Right now it looks like I think it's going to clear it. If anything, it might rub it a little bit, which isn't a good idea, so I'm going to have to probably, well, I hate to admit it, but I really should do this now. I should undo this again, cut the pipe, and then fix it right. Problem is I really need this machine like now. Oh, okay, I can push it off to the side the amount that I need to, and then use some good sized plastic wire ties, those big strap ones, and strap it into position. It'll be okay. Alright, I put in my drain plugs and I just added some hydraulic fluid, but before I add any more hydraulic fluid, I'm going to open the drain on the filter here and make sure there's no water in here, because yesterday when I was filling up with water to flush it, I had misunderstood how the drain vent there works and had overfilled it. Okay, happy to report there was no water in here, so I didn't overfill to the point where water backed up into the filter, because then I would have water in my new filter, which would be a bummer. And I'm just going to take a little bit of a spill from here. That looks okay. So I'm going to reconnect my return line. Alright, well, I can't believe it, but this lousy fitting is frozen up enough that I can't get it started. I even tried pushing up on it while my son had the pipe wrench on there with an extension on there to help him. Took the housing off so we could get a little bit more of a swing with the wrench, and I still can't get it to start. This is just too stiff. As I try and turn this, instead of it swiveling easily, it's twisting the whole pipe and just pulling it out of the socket there. So now I'm going to heat it because I don't know what else to do. Alright, first thing I noticed is the pump noise is gone. Bad noise in the pump is gone. more hesitation. The loader's a lot quicker now, and no more bad noises coming out of the valve. That was it. Restrictions in the suction line due to a bad suction line. All right, let's go to work. Well, after all the rush this morning to get this ready so we could burn, didn't even end up burning. Some rain moved through, and then the wind kicked up, and we just didn't like the idea, the uncertainty of things, so we decided we're just going to postpone it. And so in the meantime, I've decided, since I don't have any leaks, to go back to putting this back together, which is, I got my front cowling back on, and now I've got to put that little grill across the front there. Alright, got this lousy screen in place. Now I just got to put on the original front grill trim piece. This is fiberglass, by the way. You can see right here it's worn through and the fibers are all exposed. There we go. Oh, now it's nice and pretty again. Well, moving trees with no problem, so just skidding these logs over here to get them out of the way as I cut more branches for my burn pile. So far, it's working fine though. Let's check out that whole thing with the loader I was talking about. I've got the loader in the slightly raised position right now, but if I fully depress the loader, you can see it's clearing my new hose no problem. But you can see where it might impinge on where the old hose was. Well, it still looks like it would have had clearance. So I think maybe that old hose is just collapsing from age. I don't know. All I know is right now it's working. So I'm happy. Oh, except for one thing, of course. I gotta get that alternator straightened out because I just had to put a charge on the battery. Every time I start it, I run the risk of finding it dead.